Over a year ago, Benji was rescued in China. Before being rescued, Benji had been used for hunting and eventually would have been sold to the meat trade. When they found him, he was nearly beaten to death. He had 3 broken legs, deep cuts, and was severely malnourished. Amy Roy says Benji's story is sadly the norm for many dogs in China.
They can have some skin issues from being in tight quarters with other dogs. Some of them come in with respiratory disease. Of course, all this has to get treated before they can even be considered for a transport to the U.S. or one of their other partners. So there are dogs that are rescued and pass away before they can be treated and get out, that they're too sick when they come in.
For Benji and dogs like him, this is often the outcome. If not rescued, these dogs are forced into amateur racing, hunting, or the meat trade. In China, an estimated 20 million dogs are slaughtered every year. Even more deaths go unreported.
It's hard to see the dogs in that condition. Anyone that loves dogs, it's hard to see a dog having been mistreated. And even though they're in good hands now, and they've been in good hands for a little bit of time, it's still really hard to see.
However, Fast Friends is working hard to save as many dogs as they can. To date, they have saved more than 500 dogs in a 5-year span. And among it all, the dogs have one very important thing in common. Like Benji, these dogs love and forgive.
I have never experienced a stray dog to be aggressive whatsoever. They are the most kind-hearted dogs, and they are so grateful to get any help.
Despite the abuse, each dog rescued still has hope, and Benji is a first-hand example of that. Not only did he recover, but he is now thriving in America. His hair has grown back, his wounds have healed, and he's about to be adopted. Once a stray, and now a beloved pet. Fast Friends is already in the middle of planning yet another overseas rescue. Here at their facility, they'll foster another 100 dogs just like Benji by the end of the 2020 year. Caroline Perry, KCTV. The COVID-19 outbreak brought an unexpected boost to the Humane Society at first.
So since the coronavirus, our adoptions have increased, which is nice.
Many of the regular programs have come
out.
to a virtual standstill. The first Saturday of every month, once marked as the Pause to Read event, is now suspended. The annual Walk for Animals fundraiser, canceled. And now less volunteers to provide help with the animals at the shelter. As the pandemic progresses in the local area, the Monadnock Humane Society faces the challenge of getting the support they need. Funds that provide food, blankets, leashes, collars, and apparel have now been reduced. Despite the situation, volunteer coordinator Leah Johnson says the Humane Society is facing both positive and negative effects.
Right now our funding is down because all our spring fundraisers have actually been canceled. I'm not sure when we're going to be able to reschedule them or if we're even going to be able to reschedule them, but right now our priority is to keep our staff safe and just take care of our animals, really.
One particular thing the Humane Society has been trying to shift online is the Pause to Read program. The program helps children improve their reading skills while interacting with therapy dogs. It usually takes place the first Saturday of every month, but has been suspended until the pandemic ceases. With the current situation, the Humane Society is trying to find a way for children to still interact with the dogs as well as keep reading. Using the video chat room Zoom has been one of the ideas that has yet to be used. Founder of the Pause to Read program, Amy Abel, says that it's important to stay connected and continue encouraging children.
A lot of times kids are reluctant to read. They don't think it's the most fun thing that they can think of doing, but if they're curled up with a fun dog, then practicing reading becomes easier, and the kids enjoy it. The dogs enjoy having the attention from the kids.
The Humane Society is doing the best with what they have. Although the future is unknown, their priorities lay in the care of their animals. Caroline Perry, KCTV. Dozens of excited dogs and owners gathered for the Walk for Animals event. 12 teams worked to raise money for the homeless animals in the shelter, receiving a free shirt if they raised more than $30 each. Stands with apparel, dog supplies, raffle prizes, and donations line the parking lot. Fun activities like pumpkin bowling were available to children and parents, and the money raised goes towards a good cause.
The proceeds from the fundraising events that we have go directly towards the care of the animals that come through our doors.
Putting on this event is a lot of work, but the volunteers make it possible.
The staff would never be able to do this without the volunteers, and the volunteers add both resources and expertise, but also hands, and their time is so valuable.
People here say that the Walk for Animals event is one of the biggest fundraisers of the year. The $50,000 raised will go towards the care of the animals that pass through this facility. The event will be held again next October. Caroline Perry, KSC TV.